Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, Mr. Loons, and today I'm doing Game Week 2 predictions of the Premier League, and I'm going to be starting off on the 18th of August. It is Nottingham Forest facing Sheffield United, and this was going to be an interesting one. Nottingham Forest's home record last season was fantastic. That's how they stayed up, because they had one away win, shambolic away from home, but at home very good, and what a debut for Anthony Elanga. What a debut, an assist coming off from the bench onto the pitch, as well as a one-away. Top goal scorer last season, the one-away, and now he gets himself a goal. Elanga and Awanowi needs to start on that attack, and I think if they do, and because Nottingham Forest are home against a Sheffield United side which lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace, and I think they played terrible Sheffield United, but facing Nottingham Forest, which had a whole Premier League season last year, and Awanowi and Elanga playing very well when they were on the pitch, if they start home, Steve Cooper's a great manager. This just looks like a 2-1 winning at Sheffield United. But yeah, Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield United 1 is my prediction. Moving on to the next game, it is the 19th of August. It is Liverpool at Anfield facing AFC Bournemouth. Now, last season, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool won 9-0 once and Bournemouth won 1-0. Obviously, Bournemouth have done a bit in the transfer market. They're making signings. Kirk has made his debut, and so did Max Orange last game, and they played alright. Kirk has played okay, Aaron's played alright. In the 1-1 draw against West Ham United, Solanke got himself a goal, and obviously Rothwell, I was actually surprised how he played that well. But Philip Billing, I wasn't surprised, because Philip Billing is quality last season. But yeah, Bournemouth are looking okay this season. But facing away against Liverpool with Mohamed Salah, what a ball into Diaz. Diaz, a great game, creating chances, both of them. I think Liverpool are going to wanting to get on to a better start than they did last season. They got, I thought, was a good draw against Chelsea away from home. But now facing Bournemouth, Bournemouth have done alright in the transfer market. But I'm going to have to go for Liverpool. 4-0 to Liverpool. They are the favourites in this game. And they do have the home advantage. Overall, they do have a better quality side. Whether it will be 4-0 though, I'm unsure. But we'll just have to see what happens. Moving on to the next game, it is Wolverhampton Wanderers facing Brighton and Hove Albion. And before the season started, I thought Brighton would have this in the bag. But Wolves played sensational. At the moment, I am wrong about Kuna. Is that how you pronounce it? I have no clue. Kuna. He'll be up on the screen. Fantastic. He made a few good long dribbles into the box, getting past players, really good, but did not score, did not get a goal contribution. That's what Wolves are missing yet again this season. But at the end of last season, their home form was fantastic, Wolves, and overall they made so many chances last game against Manchester United. I thought they deserved it, but if you don't have that number 9 striker that can bang in goals, then you're not going to win games. And facing Brighton and Hove Albion, which had a sensational 4-1 win. And they've got a couple of youngsters. Ferguson we saw last season, but he's only going to get better from here on out. He had a great... Where did he come from? And Adegrina? Is that his name? I think that's him. I'm not familiar with him, but on Match of the Day, he looked really good. So there's a couple of hidden gems there yet again from Brighton and Hove Albion. Even without Caicedo and McAllister, they continue to perform. Yes, it was against Luton Town. And Luton Town is probably one of the weaker sides in the Premier League. But still, they're carrying on their good form. Couple of youngsters coming up. A very good game. But what do I think here? You know what? This could easily be a draw because Wolves has surprised me last game. Surprised me against Manchester United how they played. But Brighton had more quality last season. Wolves still missing that end product. I think they will get a goal this game, Wolves. But I think Brighton are just that bit better than them, and I think it'll be 2-1. This could easily be a draw, but Brighton's just about going to scrape this 2-1 away from home against Wolves. Moving on to the next game, it is Fulham FC facing Brentford, and Brentford, what a game against Tottenham Hotspur. Without Ivan Toney, Wissa getting himself a goal, Wemu getting himself a goal, and the left wing back, Henry, fantastic. He's really pacey. He dribbled down that left flank, got past his man, crossed it into the box, and Webo nearly had his second of the game. Maybe if that was Ivan Toney, it would have been in the net, and Brentford could have won that game. But still, it's a threatening attack, and even the wing-back is doing well overall. And Brentford's run so well. It's looking so well, but they drew the last game, which is form that they're taking from last season. They had the most draws in the Premier League, They're facing Fulham, which got a 1-0 away win against Everton, and I don't really think they properly deserved it that game. Pauhina didn't play last game. Alexander Mitrovic did, but came on later on in the game. Raul Jimenez didn't have a particularly amazing debut. When Mitrovic came on, he played alright. Not fantastic, didn't get any goals. But Fulham just about got the win over the line because of Leno. I mean, fantastic. So many saves against Everton. Everton was so unlucky. Leno, I saw his player rating, and it was 9.5. I mean, I agree. It was a very good game for Leno, and that's what kept them a clean sheet against Everton. Absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. But I don't know what's going on with Alexander Mitrovic. And at home, I'm going to go 1-1. I think Brentford will absolutely dominate this game like Everton did. But somehow Fulham, without starting Mitrovic, without starting Pauhina, they managed to just about get a win. I think it's going to be low scoring because Bernd Leno, I think, will carry over his form in this game. But Brentford like their 1-1 draws. They like their draws. And I'm going 1-1. Plus Fulham are at Craven Cottage, so that might be a slight advantage to them to at least get a draw against Brentford. Moving on to the next game, it's Tottenham Hotspur facing Manchester United, and this one could be very interesting. Tottenham Hotspur without Harry Kane is huge, but they still played pretty well without Harry Kane. They pressed really well, Tottenham, last game against Brentford, pressed very well, and James Maddison, a great free kick to get himself an assist, looking really well. Emerson Royale, that was a lovely, clean finish by Emerson Royale. Overall, Richarlison in replacement for Harry Kane. I think Richarlison had a decent game last game. Didn't get himself a goal. He got himself into some good opportunities. He did flick on a few good passes as well and had some good ball control, but when it comes to it, his end product, when he gets on the ball and shoots, a couple of opportunities, Tottenham missed Harry Kane. I felt like if Tottenham had Harry Kane instead of Richarlison, when Richarlison was in the positions, the good positions, I felt like Harry Kane could have probably edged Tottenham the win because he would have scored the goal instead of Richarlison missing it. But Richarlison is okay, but I think they slightly missed Harry Kane, but overall their attack is still fantastic. And facing Manchester United, which kind of struggled against Wolves, but managed to get it over the line 1-0. I feel like they've also got a good side. Bruno Fernandes, some great stuff, composed as anything to get the assist of the assist last game against Wolves. Overall, Manchester United, Tottenham, I can't split these sides. I'm going down the middle. 2-2 draw. Exciting, high-scoring draw. Moving on to the next game, it is Manchester City at the Etihad facing my favourite club, which is Newcastle United. Oh, this one's interesting. I feel like all the predictions this week is much harder to predict than last week's. So I'm not as confident this week going into this. But Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne is injured. Obviously in the transfer window, no Gundogan, no Mahrez, but they have Erling Haaland, which managed to score 2 goals last game, which is very, very good against Burnley away from home. They won at 3-0, but Newcastle United played fantastic. The whole starting 11 and a couple of substitutes coming on played fantastic. Sandro Tonali, debut goal, looked so composed and bossed the midfield, making some good opportunities as well in the attacking and defensive areas. He did fantastic. He was all over the pitch. Really, really good. And to show Newcastle United's depth, they brought on a couple of players, and those couple of players was Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson, and they played sensational. Callum Wilson, goal. Harvey Barnes, goal and an assist. Superb. It shows how much depth Newcastle have, and to win 5-1 against Aston Villa, which are fighting for European football, to do that against a team that's probably going to finish around 8th, 7th, 6th-ish, yeah, is superb. Absolutely superb. And against Manchester City, which are going to miss Kevin De Bruyne, but overall, Pep Guardiola has a great side under him. I can't split the sides 2-2. Maybe it's a bit of bias saying that Newcastle won't lose this game. Last time Newcastle went to the Etihad, they did lose 2-0. But it's going to be an interesting one. I am going for a 2-2 draw. Let's see what happens. Moving on to the next game. It's the 20th of August. It's Aston Villa at Villa Park facing Everton. This one I think could be a very close game, but Aston Villa have that M product 100%. Now with Moussa Diaby making a debut goal and playing really well with Ollie Watkins. Fantastic. Good goal by Diaby. Linked up very well with Ollie Watkins, and those two are threatening. Buendia was missed last game, but overall, Unai Emery, after losing 5-1, he's going to talk to the lads and he's going to turn everything around because he's such a good manager. But the defence was a bit woeful for Aston Villa. You know, it was all disorganised and everything. A couple of times, a few defenders pressed towards the ball and then left gaps out at the back. So Newcastle United could easily put a through ball in behind the defence for then Newcastle United going on and then getting an opportunity to score. Tyrone Mings is injured after last game with clash with, I think, Isak. But I think their defence is going to have to be sorted out against Everton. But Everton were very unlucky. They had so many chances last game. Yes, Aston Villa did concede 5 goals, but Martinez still had a good game. He still had a good game nonetheless. But overall, Aston Villa at Villa Park, they're going to be wanting to get back on winning ways. 2-1 to Aston Villa against Everton. It's going to be a very close game. Loads of chances with Mr. Diaby and Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa. Everton got loads of chances last game. It's going to be interesting. This could turn out to be a shocking draw, but I'm going Aston Villa. Moving on to the next game is West Ham United against Chelsea. And Chelsea, they played very well. Ben Chilwell, I mean, he's a left-back, left-wing-back. He played very attacking, very offensive in that game. Got himself an assist, very nice. And got into the box multiple occasions where he could have got more goals. Got himself an offside goal, which is promising for Ben Chilwell. And also, Reece James played very offensive. So their wing-backs are playing very offensive overall. They only conceded a goal against that amazing Liverpool attack. So that's really promising. Diasse getting the debut goal, which is really, really good. Jackson getting stuck in. And Enzo Fernandez playing in that attacking midfield is very good. He put some good passes into the box, creating some good opportunities, and was very composed overall. Chelsea looking refreshed with Pochettino looking fantastic. And obviously West Ham got a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. Jarrod Bowen, good goal. Overall, I think Chelsea are the favourites in this one, to be honest. They look refreshed. So for that reason, I am going 1-0 to Chelsea just about. It's going to be low scoring because there was a lot of low scoring games last season for Chelsea. Chelsea are going to have loads of opportunities, but are going to just about nick a goal against West Ham United to win it 1-0. Moving on to the next game, it's the 21st of August, and obviously Luton Town versus Burnley was postponed. I think it's to do with stadium stuff. Don't know the full specifics, but that is postponed. And it is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. 2 London clubs facing each other once again. And the favourites, obviously Arsenal, but Crystal Palace played fantastic. It could have been 3-4, 5-0 against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane last game. Played superb. And I think Arsenal are going to win this. They just got too much qualities. They had 79% possession at the end of the Nottingham Forest game. Saka with an amazing goal. And Martinelli, what a beautiful roulette backhill pass to get an assist for Arsenal. Look at that attack at Arsenal. Nketiah gets himself a goal. They don't need Gabriel Jesus. They got Nketiah. They got Saka. And Bukayo Saka's goal is probably goal of the week for me. Fantastic. Obviously, Crystal Palace, Jefferson Lerma bossed it in the midfield. But I don't think it's going to be enough to face this Arsenal side. So I'm going 3-1 to Arsenal. Before I do wrap up this video for Game Week 2 predictions, last week, how did I do? Well, I got 2 exact predictions correct. I got Sheffield United getting a 1-0 loss against Crystal Palace exactly correct. And Chelsea and Liverpool to draw at 1-1. I also did get a few results right, whether they'll win, draw or lose. Overall, I got 9 points out of possible 20 points in Game Week 1. Which, in my opinion, is a good start to this Premier League season in terms of predictions. But I'm not very confident with this week's and what I've predicted. I feel like a few games could go either way, and I could be definitely wrong. So I'm not too confident with this week's predictions. But let's wrap it up. Hopefully you can like and subscribe, and always remember to turn on notifications and miss one of my fantastic YouTube videos. I'll see you next time. Toodle pip now.